In the Chinese entertainment world, a deep grief still lingers after the shocking news of the tragic death of actor and singer Yu Menglong. His passing, filled with unanswered questions, not only leaves a wound in the hearts of his fans, but also shakes the soul of his close friends, one of whom is Wang Yibo. Their close friendship behind the scenes now bears witness to how immense Yibo's sense of loss truly is. Yet in the midst of sorrow, he refuses to remain silent. With a strong voice, Wang Yibo condemned the perpetrator responsible for Yu Menglong's death and demanded that justice deliver a punishment fitting for such a crime. Wang Yibo, a figure known for his calm demeanor and his rare emotional outbursts in public, showed a different side this time. In a statement shared through his official account, Yibo expressed his anger, disappointment, and profound sadness. He wrote that no reason could ever justify the cruel act that robbed a man of his life, a friend, an artist, and a human being who still had so many dreams ahead. Yibo's words quickly became the center of public attention. Netizens, fans, and major media outlets highlighted his courage to speak out about a case still under police investigation. For him, justice for Yu Menglong was not only about paying final respect, but also a symbol that human life should never be treated lightly by the cruel hands of a perpetrator. Yibo firmly stressed that whoever was guilty must be held accountable before the law. The friendship between Yibo and Yu Menglong was not built overnight. They met through various entertainment projects, filming, and even mutual circles of friends. Yu Menglong, known for his kindness and humility, became someone who could make Yibo feel at ease. Many have said they often shared stories, encouraged one another, and exchanged thoughts about the pressures of the entertainment industry. Thus, it is no surprise that Yu's departure carved such a deep wound in Yibo's heart. In his statement, Yibo also reminded the public not to fall into wild speculations that could further hurt the grieving family. He emphasized that the current focus should be on supporting the authorities in uncovering the truth. Still, the tone of his voice made it clear that he wanted justice to be served quickly and that the perpetrator must not escape responsibility. Yibo's firm stance received overwhelming support from fans. They flooded the comment sections with words of encouragement, saying his voice represented the cries of many hearts mourning this loss. Hashtags related to his statement even trended on Chinese social media, proving the scale of public attention on the tragedy. Many believed Yibo's courage to speak up was a noble act at a time when many artists chose to remain silent. Behind his firmness, however, the public also saw Yibo's vulnerable side. On several occasions, he was seen lowering his head for a longer time than usual, as if holding back tears. Fellow artists mentioned that Yibo was deeply shaken. For him, losing Yu Menglong was not merely losing a colleague, but losing a brother who had always supported him. Meanwhile, the police continue their investigation to uncover the identity of the perpetrator. Several pieces of evidence have been gathered and witnesses questioned. Public attention intensified further as pressure from various sides, including Yibo, turned the case into a national spotlight. Yibo clearly stated that there should be no compromise with the criminal. Justice, he insisted, must be delivered without hesitation or favoritism. Yibo also urged fans to remain united, calm, but persistent in demanding justice. He believed the collective voice of society could accelerate legal processes. His message served as a reminder that justice was not only the family's right, but also the right of everyone who loved and respected Yu Menglong. His stance, firm yet compassionate, reminded the public of the crucial role artists play in influencing society positively. Yibo was not only using his fame to shine on stage, but also to speak truth to power. Many hoped his voice would inspire the authorities to act more swiftly and transparently in resolving the case. Yu Menglong's family also expressed gratitude to all those who showed support, including Wang Yibo. They admitted that the solidarity from Yu's colleagues, fans, and the wider public greatly helped them through this difficult time. Yet they too emphasized that what they needed most was justice that would allow Yu Menglong's soul to rest in peace. Yibo's statement marked a turning point in the mourning period. From tears and prayers alone, now emerged a new spirit of fighting for justice. The public saw how an artist could rise beyond fame, standing on the front lines for what was right. Yibo had proven that love and friendship could ignite extraordinary courage. In interviews, Yibo also spoke about the priceless value of time spent with friends. He regretted that work obligations had kept them from meeting more often in recent months. But the beautiful memories they shared remained engraved in his heart. With eyes brimming with tears, he said Yu Menglong was someone who could never be replaced, both in the entertainment industry and in his personal life. Yibo's anger toward the perpetrator was not only fueled by grief, but also by his belief in justice. To him, letting the culprit go free would only deepen the wound. He demanded law enforcement act swiftly, fearlessly, and with no hesitation in facing whoever was found guilty. His blunt words showed he wanted zero tolerance for such evil. Other artists stepped forward to support Yibo as well. They acknowledged that his voice gave them the courage to speak out too. Some openly declared their support for Yibo's demand that the perpetrator face the heaviest punishment possible. This solidarity demonstrated that Yu Menglong's death had affected not just one individual, but the entire entertainment community. The public also began to recognize this tragedy as a reflection of the darker side of the entertainment industry. Pressures, intrigue, and even threats lurked behind the glitter of fame. Yibo firmly declared that the industry should be a safe place for artists, not a ground riddled with dangers. His words sparked broad discussion and opened many eyes to the urgent need for stronger protections for performers. Although filled with emotion, Yibo continued urging everyone not to take justice into their own hands. He believed the legal system was the only rightful path to resolution. However, he stressed that the system must move quickly and transparently. Otherwise, the wounds suffered by the family, friends, and fans would only fester. In the following days, Yibo was seen spending more time with close friends and family. He sought solace, but he remained active in demanding justice through social media. Every post he shared carried prayers for Yu Menglong and calls to support the legal process. The public watched him trying to stay strong, even though his pain was evident. One of the most touching moments came when Yibo attended Yu Menglong's final memorial service. With a face full of grief, he stood at the front row to pay his last respects. Cameras captured the tears that slipped down his face, despite his effort to hide them. That scene struck the hearts of millions, reminding everyone that behind the fame, artists too are fragile humans who can be broken by loss. Yibo's anger toward the perpetrator also fueled the public to keep pressuring the authorities. People began actively demanding clarity, filing petitions, and hosting public discussions about safety in the entertainment industry. All of this stemmed from the courage of a single voice, the voice of a grieving friend. Although the case remains unresolved, Yibo has stayed consistent. Time and again, he repeated that nothing could bring Yu Menglong back, but justice was the only way to find a sliver of peace. He promised to keep speaking out, no matter how long the legal process might take. The road to justice may still be long, but one thing is certain. Wang Yibo's voice now resonates far beyond the stage. He is not just an actor, singer, or superstar. He is a true friend who dares to stand against injustice, honoring the memory of someone he deeply loved. With all eyes on him, Yibo holds on to one simple hope: that Yu Menglong will not only be remembered for his tragic death, but also for his artistry, kindness, and the beautiful legacy he left behind. He wants the world to know that behind this tragedy lies a story of love and friendship that will never fade. Time may heal the wounds, but Yibo's words and actions will forever remain a reminder that in every tragedy there is always a small light leading the way toward justice. And for Yibo, that light is his determination to see the perpetrator face the punishment they deserve, so that Yu Menglong's soul may finally rest in peace.